fitting appointments might not be quite what you expect. Hi, my name is Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and I had a lady call me last week. I've seen her many times before, and she said, hey, you know what, I want to come in for some bras, maybe some swimwear, and I am also looking for a red bra, if you have one. I said, okay, I'll see what I can do. So she came in today, and full disclosure, she had too much caffeine and I had not enough sleep. Kind of complete opposite problems. So she came in and we were trying on bras and she was really happy. And then I said, okay, are you ready for this? And she's like, okay, what? And I showed her and I went, ba-bum. And it showed her this beautiful red bra, like absolutely stunning. And if you've ever heard the expression, like they squealed in delight, this was her. She literally let out a squeal and she was so happy, so excited to see this beautiful bra. This was one of my favorite bras. The fit is fantastic. It hugs the chest wall. And they recently came out with this bra in the red, and it's like a really nice red. So she was like, oh, I have to try on this bra. And she tried on this bra and it was fantastic. What a beautiful fit on her. She was delighted. She was absolutely thrilled. And so she was just saying like, oh, how sexy is this? And it was like, it was beautiful. And then she said, you know, I'd like to look at swimwear. So I pulled out some swimwear. We tried, you know, this one on and that one on, and they weren't quite right. I said, okay, try this one on. I'm just gonna be right back because I needed to get something from the storeroom. And she, you know, was trying it on. And so when I came back into the change room, she was standing there. And I walked in, I went, oh. She goes, I know, right? And this swimwear looked fantastic on her. Like, I mean, 10 out of 10, fantastic. The other ones were, okay, one was okay, one was, this one was fantastic. And I said, this is amazing. She goes, I know. She goes, you should see your face. It changed. Like, I can tell you like this on me. I'm like, I love this on you. I love this on you. Fantastic. So she was really happy. Did she try another one on? Yeah, she tried one more on just to make sure, and it didn't compare. Like, she looked amazing. So very happy with that. And so, you know, we were like in a good mood. We were happy. She has this beautiful red bra. She's got this smashing new swimwear. And she said, can I ask you a favor? Yeah. Can you tell me about those wigs over there? So we have some donated wigs, and these wigs are donated. I clean them up and then they're re-gifted to people who can't afford a wig. Now, in our wig program, you know, if somebody can't afford a wig, we just give it to them. No questions asked. Some people will leave a donation. It could be $10 to go towards the next person who's struggling. Or it could be, you know, that they're just going to re-gift that wig to somebody else in need. Like, there's no obligation. These are donated wigs, so we pass it forward. And it's a great program. We are desperately in need of more wigs if you want to send us wigs. But it's a great program. And she said, could I try on one wig for fun? And she had beautiful hair. And I said, absolutely. So we put a cap on her. We tried on a wig. And we were killing ourselves laughing, killing ourselves. It was just completely different. And it didn't look bad, but it didn't look like her. And again, too much caffeine for her and not enough sleep for me. We were like crying. It was so funny. And probably wasn't even that funny. We were just, you know, overstimulated. Caffeine, lack of sleep. And she said, oh, I said, let me have your camera and I'm going to take a picture. You can send it to your daughter. And she goes, yeah, I'll tell my daughter, like, what do you think of my new look? You know, my new wig. And I said, no, don't say that. Just say, hey, I got my hair done, and see what she says. And again, like rolling on the floor laughing. We were killing ourselves laughing. So that was like hilarious. And then she tried on like a purpley pink wig. And the style was fantastic on her. The color was a bit odd, but the style was fantastic. And she's like, I don't even look like myself. And she's like, I could hide in plain sight. I could be a spy, walk through my neighborhood, say hi to people I know, and they wouldn't recognize me. I'm like, you are right. You look nothing like you. It was just such a complete difference in look. And anyway, we just had a fantastic, we were like killing ourselves laughing. And, you know, not every appointment is like hilarity and like rolling in laughter, but we always have a good time. Now, I know that everybody has a different experience, and I'd like to hear about your experience. Do you have a good time when you go see your fitter? Is it a more formal environment? Is it intimidating to you? And the first time people come in, it can be intimidating, and I try to lighten it up. But we always have a little bit of a chuckle somewhere along the way, right? We always have, I think I make people feel a little bit comfortable. I hope a lot comfortable. And let me know, is that the experience with your fitter? Because you don't want to feel like, oh, I've got to get my bra and prosthesis. It's like going to the dentist. Weird me, I love going to the dentist, but that's another story. But a lot of people don't. So, what's your experience? Do you see your fitter as somebody you enjoy getting together with and chatting with? Like the person before this customer, I hadn't seen her in about 5 years. COVID happened, a lot of things. We spent the first 10 minutes just catching up, learning about what she's been doing for the last 5 years, the trips that she's taken. Told her a few things about what's been happening with me for 5 years. So, you build these relationships and these friendships, and it makes the whole experience a lot better. But even if people are coming in for the first time, I try to make it as calm and not intimidating as possible. I try to make it as enjoyable as possible, if that's a thing. And what I mean by that is, we try to have a little giggle. I try to lighten things up. I try to make them feel at ease. And I think I do a good job at that. People often tell me, I don't feel like I'm going to an appointment. I feel like I'm visiting a friend, which is like the biggest, best compliment to me. So yeah, I'd like to know what your experience is. So put it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, fitting appointments probably aren't what you are thinking in your head, or tell me what it's like for you. See you soon.